What is up, guys? Now, first things first, forgive me if I've got a horrible sunlight shine coming out of my specs right here. It's too sunny here at the moment. I've got no choice but to have that happen. But anyway, it's the biggest week in gaming this week. Everyone knows what's going on. It's E3. And I did want to kind of do a video based on each of the conferences, but to be honest, everyone knows already. It's E3. People know what's out. People will follow the conferences. So I wanted to do just one video, giving my thoughts on an overview of the whole kind of event really, and what games have been announced that are standing out to me and what's exciting me and things like that. So I watched, because of work I couldn't watch all the conferences live, but I've caught up on everything. I know everything that's coming. I've seen all the big trailers. I did watch Ubisoft's live, but yeah, I've caught up with everything else. To be honest, I don't think the hype for this year's E3 lived up to kind of the build-up that was happening in the weeks prior, because of course there was that alleged leak of Sony's press conference which told us we were going to be getting God of War, we were going to be getting The Last Guardian, and a lot more other stuff as well, and those were like the two headline things, and those were the two things that people were really excited about Sony's conference for. And as you know by now, we didn't get that. So it was sad for me to not see The Last Guardian, because I really did feel that this was the year. I did think it was ready. I thought The Last Guardian was finally going to be revealed to us, but no, nothing was mentioned. They have come out and said since the Sony conference that The Last Guardian is not ready to be shown. It's still being worked on, but it's not ready to be shown. But I don't really believe that. I feel like they should have just given us a screenshot or a very small teaser trailer or something, just to whet our appetites. Just a 20-second teaser trailer or a few screenshots just to tell us The Last Guardian is coming. Fair enough, tell us it won't be coming until 2016 or something like that, but at least give us something to sink our teeth into, not just no show, because that's very disappointing, I think. Same with God of War as well. I was really expecting a big huge landmark announcement from Sony. Obviously we've got Uncharted coming, which by the way, the new trailer for Uncharted looks amazing. Nathan Drake looks the best he's ever looked. It was unbelievably realistic. It sounds like Sully's in there as well. You could hear Drake and Sully having a conversation, while Drake was kind of face down in some rainforest somewhere. And that looks very good. I can't wait for Uncharted. Of course it's Uncharted, everyone's going to love it, everyone knows it's going to be good, so I can't wait for that one. But yeah, God of War, I really was expecting a new big landmark game, and the only sort of big surprise game that Sony announced was Little Big Planet 3, which, to be honest, I don't think I'm really into Little Big Planet anymore. I feel like Little Big Planet should have stayed on the PS3, because from what I've seen, don't get me wrong, it looks like a cool, fun looking game, but I just feel like it doesn't look innovative enough to be like a next gen game. I feel like you could have done what I've seen of Little Big Planet 3. I feel that could have been done years ago on the PS3, so it's not really innovative enough for me, whereas something huge like God of War would have been, because you know that the graphics would have been insane, gameplay would have been great, and you could have blown everyone away if they unleashed God of War, but who knows, maybe it's not ready yet. But overall, I feel like Sony had a good conference, but again, it was just nothing really to shout about, really, nothing too exciting in there. Obviously, they had a big focus on their indie games and things like that there, but nothing really huge for me. Again, standout for Sony's stuff was the Uncharted trailer. Every time I do a video, these cats come in. Microsoft. So obviously, I'm not a Microsoft console owner. I don't take as much kind of excitement and attention to the Microsoft conference to the others, but I have to admit, I think they did well on this one. They did really well with their Halo announcements, especially the Master Chief Collection. I know that's very popular, especially the online as well, so for people to be able to replay those classic games is going to be great. Of course, in their conference as well, big announcement for me actually was the new Tomb Raider sequel, which is very exciting. I'm so excited for that, because Tomb Raider was probably my game of the year last year. I think I did a video, it was either my second best game of the year or my game of the year, I can't remember actually. But it was a fantastic game and I loved it, and I was really, really excited to see where they were going to take it in the future. And now we've got that. We've got a trailer for the new Tomb Raider, the Rise of a Tomb Raider or something like that, and it's looking amazing. The teaser trailer looks like Lara Croft is becoming that character that we've known over the years. So obviously the first game was the introduction to this way of life for her, and now she's starting to become that character. So that's very, very exciting. I can't wait for that. That's probably my most exciting announcement of the whole show actually, because I love the first game so much, so that's really cool. But yeah, Microsoft had a decent conference. They laid off Kinect, which was quite funny. Obviously they've really kind of done a U-turn on Kinect, and they're really not doing anything about it anymore because they know it's not very popular. Overall, Microsoft did a decent job as well. So then obviously we had Ubisoft as well, which I did watch live, which was cool. Very, very cool announcement. The new Rainbow Six game is coming. Now, I've never played the Rainbow Six games, but after watching that live gameplay, that looked fantastic, and I'm definitely going to have to keep an eye open for that because that really did excite me. So I will be checking that out. Obviously we had a few party games like the new Just Dance, something about doing workout and like push-ups and stuff as well, some workout Kinect game that they announced as well, and they showed off a lot of Assassin's Creed as well, which is going to be very, very huge. I can't wait for that. That's a day one buy definitely. Assassin's Creed Unity is looking so exciting. I love the way they've got multiple assassins in there with the co-op gameplay. And I like the way it feels a bit like Ezio's era because of the setting that you're in. Obviously Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag was more of a kind of on sea, different landscapes. Like Assassin's Creed 3 had that big woodland area, and you had the boats and the ships and things in the latest Assassin's Creed. So this one's going back to that city feeling. I think it's in France, and I can't wait to play it. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to see kind of more gameplay from it. The live single player gameplay really, really did blow me away, so that's exciting. EA had another kind of decent conference, enough for them. The only thing that I was really interested in for EA was FIFA 15, but I know that Battlefield is very popular as well, and I think they released a hardline beta, I think it's called. But I've never been too into Battlefield, so I'm not really kind of keeping my eyes open for that. But FIFA 15 is looking exciting. I like the kind of new features they've done of that, with the whole emotion of the crowd and the emotion on the players. It's making it feel a bit more real, really. Okay, apologies for that. My battery almost died on the camera, so I swapped over. So EA had a decent conference as well, I thought. And then of course we had Nintendo, who had their Nintendo Direct presentation. Well, I was hoping for a big live demo of Zelda, the latest Zelda, but all we got was like a cinematic trailer, which was very, very good. I thought that was fantastic. I love the look of it. I love the art style. I did wonder if it was going to be a more realistic Zelda looking game, sort of like Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time, as opposed to the Skyward Sword and Wind Waker style, sort of cell shaded art style, which they've gone with. But there's no denying it looks unbelievable, because you've got this vast open world of Hyrule. Obviously it's taken a little bit of inspiration from Skyrim, which is definitely not a bad thing. That's going to be mind-blowing to play a Zelda game with such an open land to explore. And for me, Zelda is definitely by far the sole reason to own a Nintendo console now. I think Mario, obviously everyone loves Mario, so Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, but they're sort of fun family games that everyone can play. But I honestly don't believe that there's a game that could compare to Zelda in terms of sort of adventure, open world, longevity. It's such a long game that you dedicate a whole sort of month or two to your life in playing a Zelda game, and I think that is Nintendo's trump card at the moment, that nothing really can beat Zelda, and I can't wait for this one. It stole E3 for me. That trailer alone was just fantastic, and I know for a fact I'm going to love it, because I've loved every other Zelda game, and that's what I expect from Nintendo every time now. Super Smash Brothers as well. I haven't managed to watch much of the footage of that yet, but I will do. I know I'm going to love it. Not as many characters announced that I would have hoped. I was thinking we were going to get a bombardment of characters announced for E3 at E3, but I think we got I can't remember her name now, someone from Kid Icarus, female character, and also you can play as your Mii as well, which is not really too exciting for me. I was expecting like a big landmark name, obviously along the lines of like Sonic and Solid Snake that we've had in the past. I was expecting a big name, but obviously I think Mega Man has come to fill that void. But Nintendo had a decent conference. Obviously, they've announced a few other little games. Mario Maker is coming as well. You create your own Mario levels. I wonder where they got that idea. Little Big Planet. But that's looking exciting. Obviously, that will be very popular to create your own Mario levels as well, and probably share them online for people to play. That's going to be an exciting game, which I'll keep my eye open for. But the main things for Nintendo was obviously Zelda and Super Smash Brothers, which they delivered on. I was just hoping for a bit more Zelda action than what we got, but I'm not going to complain because it did look amazing. Overall, I know I haven't talked about everything, and there's loads of things I've missed out on, such as Batman, which is looking amazing. I can't wait to delve more into that. I haven't managed to watch all the gameplay and everything that's been announced so far, but I know that it's been very impressive. Apologies if you can hear that other. Far Cry 3 as well is looking... Far Cry 4, sorry. Far Cry 4 is looking unbelievable. That's definitely a day one buy for me. So many day one buys, I can't keep up with them all. I will do other videos solely focused on certain things. So I want to do a Zelda video. I want to do another one on the Tomb Raider sequel as well. Assassin's Creed, FIFA. There's a lot of videos that I will go into a bit more depth on each discussion. I just wanted to do this one just to talk about E3 as a whole. Sadly, I couldn't watch it all, but I feel like I've kind of caught up with most of the good stuff. But I think it was a decent E3. I think that's the word for it, just decent. Just not average, but not outstanding. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't as hyped up as kind of the weeks prior. Like I said, I think it was really hyped up with the talk of The Last Guardian and God of War and things like that. I think it got hyped up a bit too much, but overall it was a good stellar E3. I think we got a lot of enjoyable announcements on there, enough to keep everyone happy, such as Microsoft people with all the Halo stuff, Nintendo with the Zelda and Smash Brothers, Sony have obviously got a Little Big Planet and Uncharted. So you've got some big announcements for everyone really. Ubisoft have got the new Rainbow game, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed and EA. I've got Battlefield and sort of FIFA and all their sports games and things. So there's good stuff in each of the companies, which is very, very exciting. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of these games over the coming months and obviously leading up to their release. So that's about it. I thought it was a decent E3, and yeah, bring it on. Bring all these games. It's going to be next year. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be absolutely broke next year because of all these games coming out. But we've got to prepare for that. That's why you get a job. For me, I have a job solely to buy games, and I will buy every game. I will. So that's about it for this video, guys. Sorry if I've rabbited on for a long time, but I did want to get my thoughts out there on E3. I will be carrying on with my Mario Kart gameplay. I know I've been very lazy with it so far. I've only done the first couple, but they will come, more will come. I want to get some Watch Dogs thoughts up as well soon as well, so because I've been playing that a lot. So thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to go before this guy out here revs his motorbike up anymore. And yeah, that's about it for the video, and I'll see you on my next one.